Polynomial division. Who invented arithmetic? Henry VIII. On our agenda, we're going to start with some simple division, work our way up to long division, and finally synthetic division. Let's get ready, grab your notes, something to write with, and try the problems along the way. With simple division, you are dividing by a monomial. So my suggestion is to put that under each term. Don't just start crossing off. So I'm going to rewrite it so that it has each one has 3RS in its denominator, and then I can think about simplifying. And now I can divide because these are all pieces being multiplied, so I can simplify this way. 3 goes to 1, r's go to 1, I just have an s left there, and then minus 3, r's go to 1, so 3s for my last term. With long division, we're going to start with numbers because it will follow the same pattern once we move to polynomials. And take it slow and steady, write nice and neatly and organized, and try to line everything up. So we're dividing with this. So 63 doesn't just go into 1. It doesn't go into 12, but it can go into 123. Can't go in twice. That would be a little too big. So I'm going to go in once. And notice how I lined up over the number that I'm going into. And diagonally, I'm going to multiply in this direction and put my answer down below. So 1 times 63 is 63. Draw my line. I'm going to subtract down with long division. I usually circle my subtraction sign because once we get to polynomials, we'll have plus and minus signs. So that's a suggestion there. So we're going to subtract and we get 60. And at this spot, this is a self-check. This 60 has to be less than 63. Otherwise, I did not put the correct number up at the top, and I should go readjust. Next thing we do is we drag the 4 down, so we make this become 604. Now, what do I have to multiply 63 by to get 604? Or how many times does 63 go into 604? Well, 10 would be too big, so I'm going to try 9, and I'm lining that right up above the 4. I multiply diagonally down, so 9 times 3 is 27. Carry the 2, 54, add 2, we get 56. A new subtraction problem here, and when I subtract, I get 37. Another self-check that is smaller than the 63. Drag down my 5, and now I'm trying to divide 63 into 375. That's going to go in 5 times. Multiply diagonally down, so 5 times 3 is 15. We'll carry the 1, so we get 31. This is 60 again. And that 60 is my remainder. So usually we just stop there when we're working with numbers. With polynomials, we're going to put our number, our remainder, over our divisor. So this becomes 60 63rds, and that's our answer. Let's look at it with polynomials. So in order to get ready for division, just a reminder on our vocabulary. The number that we are dividing into is the dividend. The number that we are dividing by is the divisor. That's what we put our remainder over. The answer itself is the quotient. So in order to start long division, your polynomials have to be in standard form. So rearrange them, the largest exponent first. You need to check and see if you're going to need any placeholders. If you're missing an exponent, so if I have x to the third and then I skip right to x to the 1, I'm going to need a 0x squared in there. I need the placeholder so everything gets lined up, and we'll come across an example with that. And just a reminder that the remainder is written over the divisor. So here we go. First question, is it in standard form? No. Second question, does it have every power? No. So we need to rearrange, and this first one is what's going to go under the division bar. So I'm going to rearrange as I write that in. So I have 3x cubed plus 4x squared. I'm missing an x to the 1, so I'm going to put in a placeholder plus 0x plus 10 dividing by x minus 2. So we are going to kind of use the leading term. I don't want the highlighter, I want the pen. The leading term, and we want to look at this leading term. So again, 2 ways you could ask yourself. 3x cubed divided by x is what? I think it's easier to say, what do I have to multiply x by to get 3x cubed? I have to multiply it by 3 and an x squared. So 3x squared is going to go up top, and I want to put it over the x squared column. So 3x squared goes here, because what I'm really doing is this binomial x minus 2 is getting divided into the first part of this, which is a binomial. Now, just like with the numbers, we're going to multiply diagonally and put our answer down below. You can go inside or outside, it doesn't matter, it's just the distributive property. I usually go inside. So 3x squared times negative 2 is a negative 6x squared. 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. Draw my line, circle my subtraction down, and I'm going to add parentheses so I remember that I'm subtracting that entire red group there. There is a self-check. I have the blue 3x to the 3 and I have the red 3x to the 3. They have to add to 0. If they don't add to 0, then you'd put something wrong up top and go back and fix that. Right here is the most common mistake that people make. They look at it too quickly and they say it would be negative 2, but remember this subtraction sign out here, so it becomes 4 minus a negative 6, which is 10x squared. That's positive. The next thing I'm going to do, like in regular division, is drag down. So you can see I'm dragging my placeholder. And if you forgot a placeholder, you're going to end up dragging down the 10 and things will seem a little mixed up. So you'll probably catch yourself and know that you need that placeholder. So now I'm going to start over again. So I'm going to grab the green and just like a fresh problem, this x and this 10x squared is what I'm thinking about. So what do I have to multiply x by to get 10x squared? I have to multiply by 10 and an x. So I'm going to put that above my x column, and I'm going to multiply down. 10x times negative 2 is negative 20x. 10x times x is 10x squared. Those came out to be exactly the same, which is what I want. I'm going to subtract, put my parentheses to remind me, and now I'm going to subtract. Be careful, 0 minus a negative 20 is a positive 20x. Drag down my 10 and start fresh. I'm running out of color, so we'll go with blue again. So x and 20x. I have to multiply x by 20 to get 20x. Multiply 20 by negative 2, I get negative 40x. 20 times x is our 20x. Parentheses, subtract. What is my remainder? Be careful. 10 minus a negative is 50. So that 50 is going to go over my divisor, so we're going to write plus 50 over x minus 2. That is my long answer. I would like you to pause and try it. Ask yourself those first couple of questions. Is it in standard form? Yes. Do I need any placeholders? No. So it's ready for you to start. So we're going to divide this out. 3x, what do I have to multiply that by to get 15x squared? That would be 5x. Put it over my x column. I'm not going to take any points off if you happen to write it here, but you know you're done when you get to the end here, so you're a little closer if you put it in the x column. Multiply down diagonally, and I get 5x and 15x squared. We're going to subtract that whole group. Be careful, I get 3x minus 12 when I drag that 12 down. 3x to 3x would be a 1. Multiply 3x plus 1. And my remainder is negative 13 minus 13 over 3x plus 1. And I can tell if you're right or wrong just by what your denominator is. Not denominator, your remainder. All right, we're going to switch gears and we're going to look at synthetic division. When can we use it and how do we use it? When do we use it? We're going to use it when we're dividing by a linear binomial with a leading coefficient of 1. Well, that's a lot of vocabulary word. Linear means just x. Binomial means we have two terms. Leading coefficient of 1. That's going to be something like dividing by x plus 2. It's linear, it's x to the 1. There's two terms and the leading coefficient is 1. You can use it when the leading coefficient is something else, but we're not going to see that in this class. So how do we do it? Well, first off, just like when it's long division, you have to put your polynomials in standard form first. You have to use placeholders of 0 if you have missing exponents. And the thing that's different about synthetic division is you only use the coefficients. So you're not dragging all these variables along the way. And the other thing that's really important is you're dividing by the 0. Not 0, however, you can synthetically divide by 0, the number 0. But in this case, what I'm talking about is we don't want to divide by the 0. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we were using that linear binomial x plus 2, if we were dividing by this, the 0 of that means the x-intercept means it has a different sign. So we're actually dividing by -2, not +2. You want to divide by -2. So let's get started. Here we have a trinomial divided by a binomial. It is a linear binomial with a leading coefficient of 1. And I'm going to set it up. And I'd just like you to watch me go through the steps, and then you can stop and take notes. So it's in standard form. I don't need any zeros. My 0 itself, the thing that I'm dividing by, is -2. So I'm going to put -2 outside, and then I draw this weird little bar. Then I take just the coefficients, not the variables. So 2, 7, and 9. If anything was subtraction, you would need to take down the negative. And we're going to get started. So the first step is just to drag this first number down and write it there. You don't have to put that arrow there, but there's no number that should get written in that area. Then this gets multiplied. So it's kind of like that diagonal multiplying thing we saw in long division. And then the answer gets put up here. So this becomes -4. Then we add down the columns. So that's a big difference from long division. Long division we subtract down. Synthetic division we add down. So now I get 3. And then I'm going to multiply diagonally again. -2 times 3 is -6. And I add down and I get 3. So it's kind of like this picket fence motion, up and down diagonally. So my answer is not 233. We have to now get a polynomial out of this. So my original was x squared. Your answer is always going to be 1 degree less. So you want to subtract 1 from 2 when we're talking about linear. So this becomes a 2x, oops, not squared. 2x plus 3. What could this 3 be? Well, that's our remainder. So plus 3 over our divisor, x plus 2. Once you get the hang of it with the setup and then walking through it, it is a little bit quicker than long division. Just be careful, it does not work all of the time. So to go through the steps, you're using the coefficients only. You divide by the 0. You draw the bar. You drag that first number all the way down, multiply diagonally, add down the columns, and then rewrite as a polynomial with a degree -1, one less than what you started with. So pause and give this one a try. All right, do we have standard form? Yes. Do we need any placeholders? No. What are we dividing by? We're dividing by a +6. So I'm going to put 6 out in front. And then I'm going to take all my coefficients. So this one doesn't have a number, so it's to 1, -3, -28, 59, and 6. Drag my first number down, I get 1. Multiply, so I get 6. Add down, so I get 3. Multiply 18, -10, -60, -1, -6, 0. Oh, remember that last number is our remainder. So if you divide something in and it goes in evenly, it has no remainder, that means it is a factor. That's going to be an important thing we're going to discuss in class. So x minus 6 is actually a factor. We're not done. Those are just some numbers hanging out. So we need to look at our x to the 4th, and we need to do 1 degree less. So this becomes, these are my coefficients. So now we have 1x cubed minus 3x squared minus 10x minus 1, no remainder. So that is my answer. And there we have it. Simple division, long division, synthetic division. Nice job.